I'm here because I am a roaring lion crying out righteousness. All right, so now Cassidy Hutchinson, what a name. It's quite a woman. And what I want to do is try to give you what I believe will be her psychological profile and what I'm referring to as my take on Cassidy Hutchinson. First of all, I have to say she has demonstrated wisdom far beyond her years. The incidents that she is referring to during the January 6th committee hearing the other day, she was only 24 years old at the time. I'm not sure what college she went to and when she graduated. But obviously she had worked immediately got right into government and worked for some very high-profile politicians like Steve Scalise, and ultimately ended up working with the White House Chief of Staff, which is the most powerful position, even more powerful than the secretaries of anybody in the president's administration, working for Mark Meadows. And obviously a very smart person, and one obviously that the Pasapaloni, Mark Meadows, Oronado, Secret Service detail agent Ingalls, and a whole lot of other people had absolute trust in her. And she was upfront and personal with all of what was going on with the conversation between Trump and others. So, and at 24 years of age, you have to say she's as an extraordinary person. And I don't know at 24 that I would have had the mindset to carry on as she did. And not that, but as a woman as well, to stand among the most powerful men in the world. And yes, she did it very calmly. And I want to say about her speech, I noticed when she first started speaking, that she was very calm. She was very eloquent, if very needs to be put before eloquent. She was precise. She rarely had to clarify anything that she says. She was clear about what she wanted to express. And I assume that she was well rehearsed, that she rehearsed her testimony before taking that seat the night before. But I was still very impressed. I've seen people with extraordinary experience before groups like that who are public speakers, but I've never seen anyone quite as poised. And again, using the term eloquent, clear, concise, and precise as Cassidy Hutchinson. But not only that, the cadence and the way her voice inflections worked, which could not be, it could not be manufactured. She was and is who she is as a person and as a very young age. And now she's 26 years of age. Definitely, I've not known anybody at that age that would be as brave as she is. And maybe it's her youth that she doesn't realize that she has attacked the most powerful people on planet Earth. And her testimony is going to bring a whole lot of men down. Someone said over the course of the January 6th, or over the course of the Trump first impeachment and second impeachment, is there a John Dean in the House? Well, Cassidy Hutchinson is not just a John Dean, she's a John Damn in terms of what she has done. The bombshells she dropped one right after the other and didn't seem to blink an eye while she was dropping them. A whole lot of men going to spend a whole lot of time in prison. And I don't think that's what she was trying to do. I don't think she was there because she's got animus against someone. I think she was just trying to do her job as an American citizen. I don't think there's any anger in her voice against anybody. If anything, she may have been frustrated that these men, these so-called men, leaders, were so unconcerned about the depravity of what was happening in the march and the gravity of what was happening with our nation, that they did not take the appropriate response. She may have been a bit irritated about that, but I see no anger in her voice. I see not trying to get back at anybody. And I finally want to say about this, I think that we ought to pray for her because her life is going to be a veritable threat for the rest of her days. She's going to need Secret Service. And I would pray, let me say my prayers. This is not just, generally. I would pray to everybody who's a Trump supporter, everybody, all the young and old and indifferent Trump supporter, leave this woman alone. Let her have her life. Let it, don't do her any harm. You know, she loves America just as much as you do, the Proud Boys or the Oath Keepers or whoever. Let this woman, don't bother her, don't threaten her. If you want to go after some of these other people, listen, go ahead and do it. I don't care. You want to talk about Nancy Pelosi, want to talk about the squad, go ahead and have your fill. But I'm begging you, let this woman, let her have her life. Let her go out to restaurants. Don't threaten her. Don't track her. Don't follow her. Let her fall in love and get married. And just, can I ask you to do that? I'm your homeboy. I'm James David Manning. I'm your homie. You know, don't give this woman a hard time. She only did what she thought was right, which is what you did, many of you, when you voted for Trump, when you have supported Trump, when you've gone to Trump rallies. You've done what you thought was right. Is that the truth? Come on now. If you're going to get somebody, go get Giuliani or somebody. But don't bother this woman. Amen. That's my prayer before the Lord. My take on the extraordinary Cassidy Hutchinson.